All right.
Okay, there
Okay,
we
there
go.
we go.
So,
So,
welcome to
welcome
the
to the
stream. We're
stream. We're
going
going
back to
back
some
to
more
some more
iOS
iOS
development.
development. We stopped here because I had to go pick up my kids from school,
which
which
is
is
always
always
fun.
fun.
CJ,
CJ, Echo.
echo,
Echo,
echo.
Echo.
Let
Let me see. What are we doing?
Is
Is
it?
it?
Ooh,
Oh, that's why.
How's that? Is that better? Don't know how that microphone came back because that microphone has been muted forever. Interesting. So we're going back to some iOS development. Like I said, I had to cut it early before because I had to pick up my kids. 3 o'clock came a little too quick for me. Didn't realize what time it was until it was too late. I ended off here with an error because I didn't finish initializing my properties here fully. But essentially, this is going to be the palette edit view. This is going to be where we can edit existing palettes or create new palettes. So you're going to be able to cancel out in case you don't create a new one. You're going to be able to edit ones that exist as far as the names and colors themselves. And I'm considering on whether or not I'm just going to have this edit view also be the list view for the colors, because realistically I might not really need more than that. So this view right here, let me just create a white color. So right now we have a list, right? And you can go into here and see each of the colors, but I might just forego this list right here that you're seeing. Shit, you can't see this. Okay. This is the view. So we have the list of palettes here. Oh, wait. Emote. Oh, okay, lovely. Yeah, that was a bit of an accident. So you have a list of your palettes. You have a list of palettes here. They can each have colors. This is inside of the palette is what I'm thinking about just foregoing for the edit screen. Adding a little toggleable edit button in the top right. You don't think the sounds are working? What sounds? Let me see. Alert box. Let's see. Can you hear if I press this? Were you able to hear that? And it didn't play the emote one? Because you played... Let me see if it'll let me do that again. You did emotional damage, but it didn't say... Started. Is it gonna work if I do... There. Let's see if this works now. Interesting. Is it just not going to do that? Hey, let me grab my... Just copy... Try that again. It's the right link. It didn't play it when I did it either. Now, maybe? Okay, so if I play from there, it's not working. But then if I test it... blurb ones don't seem to work. Is it? Why would that be the case? I manage the rewards. Let's see if I can fix this real quick. But I'm also going to move the chat so I can actually see the chats over here. Where did Twitch chat go? Twitch is messing with me. How about chat? Okay, there we go. Yes. Maybe it was just missing from here. Let's see. Is that gonna fix it? Let's try this.
Emotional damage.
Okay, so I saw it, but I didn't hear it. Now it worked. That worked. Why didn't I hear it though?
No.
Do I have to have that open too? Okay, so let me try that again. That needs to go. Are you guys able to hear it? Is it just me that can't hear it? Just me. So I have this in a walk-on blurb here, but... So I was looking for that setting. Shouldn't that be within the walk-on blurb itself? Like, this is... What is this? This is a browser source. Is there a specific property? No. Looking for that specific property because I remember seeing it, but you know, it's for some reason not showing. Oh, wait, did I just find it? Walk-on blur, monitor, and output. Perfect. Okay, there we go. I found it. It was under the audio mixer settings, not the actual walk-on blurps properties. I figured they were one, but they're apparently separate. Okay, so now I should be able to hear it too. The Tortonic flute. Oh, God. fucking love that one. Okay. Focus is still working. I thought the focus was off. Followage. What is followage? What should followage be? So it works? Yep, I heard it. That was amazing. I heard it before I saw it. What's followage? Yes. OBS is being minimized. We no longer need that. The services of OBS. We don't have it, but what is it? Long story short, though, I'm thinking I might switch between the two different views. So we have the color palette here, different palettes, and then once you go in, in each color palette they show a list of colors. You can kind of scroll through, and then the title pops up into the navigation bar up there. But I'm thinking I might remove new color from hex as a button in the top right, and I might add a edit button instead of that. And the edit button will switch between the two views. So we have the list view, and then we have the edit view. In the edit view, you'll actually be able to modify the colors and the name of the palette, as well as new colors from whichever way you want. So all I have is new color from hex. I also want to create a view that's a color picker view where you can type in the hex, you can type it, you can select a color from a little wheel, a few other things too. It's how long you've been following. First of all, for the followage command, what streambot are you using, if any? I'm basically just using Nightbot. I have Streamlabs for alerts, but I don't think that's set up for being in chat. Let's see if followage is in Nightbot's options. Nightbot. That's a streambot thing? That makes sense. Streambot. Streamlabs. So what, stream elements. Yeah, no, I don't have stream elements. I'm gonna have OBS be hidden back here, so I can still at least see a little bit of it. So what do you guys think too? Do you think I should leave the camera looking like this, or would you guys rather me do something like this, where now you can see more of the background windows behind me? So I figured this is gonna work better for probably coding and playing games. How's it 2 years soon? I know. It's kind of mind-blowing. I can't believe it's been basically 2 years in, like, what, June, maybe? May or June? June 2023. Holy shit, that's insane. My phone just vibrated? Oh, gotta get my phone in view so I can at least see text messages for the school. My phone did vibrate, but it wasn't that. Okay. So that's up and live so I can see that. since I fixed the audio too, then I should also they should have also fixed it for the Phasmophobia and Repo streams too. Audio mixers separate from those. Let's bring this over here. Sorry, I'm just configuring my screens at the moment. It'd be nice to have 2 monitors. I only have 1 right now, which is very painful for streaming, as I'm sure you know. 1 monitor, 2 computers here involved. Trying to get both YouTube and Twitch chat up. My research panel, and then of course my macOS window, one that I'm sharing. Once this feature's out, though, I think I'm also going to be pushing version 1.1, because I fixed a couple of those bugs yesterday on stream, and then it'll be nice to have the next version in review. And then version 1.2, I'm going to be updating and creating... I'm going to be including a new package, the first packaging, as a matter of fact, for telemetry, so I can get some data on what screens people are clicking on, what screens people are leaving on, get percentages, kind of get averages. But I'm also going to use telemetry decks so that I don't make any mistakes on accidentally leaking people's data, because my goal is not necessarily to sell data, it's to grab data and see what screens are working and try to figure out why not, if they aren't. The onboarding also needs to be included in that, which is going to be how to use the app, essentially. And then once that's done, and then that's out, version 1.2, I'm then going to start actually marketing this app. I'm going to start doing some App Store optimization, updating keywords, and posting around the app. I just don't want to do that until at least the onboarding's done. We found a YouTube video that explains how to do the follow command within Nightbot, but it's from nearly 5 years ago, so I don't know if the API from Twitch has changed much since then to make it work. Holy shit, 5 years ago. That's kind of crazy. Let me grab my list. I wonder then, does that information live on the Twitch side and it just grabs it? Because if not, then it wouldn't start keeping track properly until unless you already had it set up. I would assume it has to be the API that keeps that data. Oh shoot. No. Just delete my whole project. That would be wonderful. Yeah, it's all Twitch API data. That makes sense. Okay, grabbing another file. Have either of you two done any sort of development? So view, palette list view. Nope. You're not a hero witch coding. Hero witch coding. It's fun. I love it. Unfortunately, not doing it. Not currently employed anymore. But you know, if I can make it work just by doing app development, I'm gonna be even happier than being employed. Which is another reason why I want to get this out. It's an application I've been using to help me over the past couple years. Now I'm trying to round it out so it would work better for non-developers too. So we'll minimize that, and that will at least keep it. Okay, let's actually get started here. So, let's see what the best option to start with is going to be. Let's see what I have over here. The view model, palette as a reference. Paletless view. You're the kind of person that knew about when booting from MS-DOS is a thing, but had no clue how to do it yourself. I'd never got to use MS-DOS. Like, at least during the time period, I've run it in a simulator to play Zork, but I've never actually used a proper MS-DOS. Only command you ever knew was /win. Is that a directory command? /win, like /Windows? Directory to boot Windows? That makes sense. That's kind of what it looks like. Okay, so for the palette edit view, we're gonna need the context here, which we already have. I want to move query out of here. We don't really need a query, actually. We are, because I'm gonna have this be a modal, we're going to be able to dismiss this programmatically. We already go away. I don't want I don't want auto completion here. Okay, we are also going to want a way to switch, a Boolean variable to be able to switch between edit and not edit views. So we'll say edit mode. I'm actually going to want to create this. Okay, we're gonna comment that out for now and come back and create that. I want this to be nil. We're gonna want to do the view model. Observable object. No, observed object. Observable is the protocol. Suddenly I feel old knowing what MS-DOS was like. I kind of wish I got to use it for real. Like, that would have been fun. So we're gonna say palette. That's what this is going to require. Let's hop into my view model. We're going to want a palette of type palette, and then we're going to say self.palette equals palette. go away. And this is going to be the palette right here. Palette. Yep. It would help if I typed it the same way, wouldn't it? Andy, what's going on? How's it going? What are you up to? You know what? Maybe we don't need that. You know what? Screw that. We will keep this in here, though, so we can at least get rid of these issues. What are you up to, Andy, though? Doing any development? We do not want that either. We're doing that in the initializer. Just kind of passing values through. Ooh, what was it? Thank you for the resubscription, Cat. That really does help. You don't want ads? I get it. Ads suck. I hate them. You pause the ads for 5 minutes. There you go. I have an interview with a company tomorrow for an iOS developer position. The weird part is I'm not really religious, and it's with CBN, which is the Christian broadcast network, so don't know how that's gonna go. But they pay fair, so, you know, I'll throw my hat in the ring. I don't know if being religious is gonna be a requirement. But if it is, that's going to kind of suck. So I'm going to bring back some of these variables that I'm jumping around with my keyboard. Beautiful. If you want to know what MS-DOS is like, just watch this YouTube short. Oh no. Here, let me bring this up. OBS. Specific window. Where are you? Living in the 90? Yeah, there we go. What? You can't show that window? Why not? Okay, what if I go to Nightbot? Will you show then? Really? It's not going to show that? Discard changes. Wow. It's not going to let me show that. Try that one more time, just to see if it will. No, wow, okay. It's because it's Chromium based. Lovely. You typed when you're hyped for Justin's games in the future. Yeah, here, let me watch the video though. Unfortunately, I can't show you. Let's see. Clicking the computer on. Still a black screen. American Megatrends. Disk starts. Love that it boots straight in. The whole operating system is basically a terminal. I love that. I love the terminal too, so. Those sound effects. Oh my god. It's just like the most basic MIDI sounds you can get. This is already more advanced MS-DOS director. More advanced? More advanced? This? That's beautiful. I hate that. Oh yeah? Oh my god. That's pretty horrific. I don't know if I would have... I wonder if I would have been interested in computers at that point, if that's how they were. It's hard to say now, because like I'm so used to, you know, nice GUI. And I can use terminal for the things that just benefit from being a terminal. Kids these days will never know how long it took just to boot up the PC back then. I bet. Oh my god. I mean, what was it? Windows 98 that would pop up saying you may now turn your computer off once you hit the shutdown button? Like, what the hell? That is such a strange thing to me. Pretty horrific. Okay, what am I missing here? Palette. Value type. Must be optional and wrapped. Oh, it's because I didn't... Yeah, that makes sense. It's not an optional over here in the thing here. So we'll make this an optional nil, which should fix this issue over here. Perfect. I'm gonna get rid of the text field for now. I'm actually gonna get rid of most of this. We're gonna redo this. We're gonna have this be a navigation stack. Ad start in 4 seconds? Come on. Okay, you know what? This is the perfect time to do a quick bathroom break. How are the ads doing? Ads not on? Fantastic. I'm gonna need the validator again. Do I already have is valid hex? I do. Oh, hey buddy. My cat came to see me. There you go. Come here, buddy. Just decided to hop right to my lap. Let's get your legs out of the cable, though. There you go. Come relax. Lay down with me. Please sit. Please sit. No. Sit. My cat does frequently come to harass me, but it's the cutest harassment, so it's okay. Buddy. Come sit. Please come sit without doing that. Okay, so I do have 2 different places here where is valid hex is being used. I'm gonna have to use it in this too. I think, oh. Hi, buddy. Hello. Very nice to see you. Please don't eat my microphone. Okay. That's what happens if I don't give him enough attention, apparently. He gets right in my face. He very... Oh, hi. He very clearly wanted me to see him. So what I'm gonna do... Let's see. You know what was even worse then booting the PC up back then was connecting to the internet. It literally took minutes instead of a fraction of a second. Yeah, okay, I did have dial-up growing up. Mike, if you can, in case you didn't get to see because of the ads, CJ, my cat has come here and he's now harassing me. He already got in my face a couple of times here. See, here he is. Hey, bud. No ads for you. Oh, fair. Okay, please relax, buddy. Lay on my lap. I need access to my keyboard. Oh yes, he's laying down. And sniffing my fingers at the same time, please. Just relax. Sleep on my lap. Stay a little while. Right there. See? Is that so bad? Okay, maybe he'll let me do it now. So what I was trying to suggest is that we create a function. An extension on string. So I can pretty easily just call that. Yeah, similar to this. Except we'll create another one. Buddy. Hey. I need to do work. Relax. You're making it so I can't get to my keyboard. Yep, there you go. You also slobbered all over my desk. There's liquid here. Oh god, that's cute and disgusting all in one go. Okay, let me see. Okay, good. Let's open up where one of these already is. At some point I'll fix this up too so it's a little bit nicer. But we can just kind of grab this guy. And hop back into our string extension. Paste it here. Returns a boolean. Yes, buddy. Yeah. You're not ready to relax yet? Give you little chin scritchies so that you can hopefully let me work. Okay. Oh, where is it? Palette, edit view. I just created a wonderful little private function here for this for now. I'll clean that up and actually fully implement this extension later. Because that's going to require a little bit of testing to make sure that it's production ready before I can send it. Okay, bring this a little smaller. Get rid of you. We don't actually need that. We will need this, so I'll keep this here. But this will at least bring our preview back. He's finally relaxed. There we go. We've got our preview back. This is the thing I love about SwiftUI, is just you get a constant nice preview as long as you don't break it. The downside is you constantly break it. I'm gonna need a list because we're gonna be listing the different options here. Create a few different sections with headers and text. This is probably gonna be palette information. Why is it? Is it because of the navigation stack? Why is it boxed like that? Oh, it is. Let's leave the navigation stack out for a little bit. We can think about bringing it back later, in case we actually need it. We shouldn't need it though, because we have a navigation stack elsewhere. Navigation stacks, if you don't know, you only really need one, as long as all of the subsequent views beneath it are properly in the hierarchy. Anything under content view, for example. So if you hop into content view right here, I have my navigation stack here, and then everything else is under camera view, which you can see my camera previews there, palette bottom, focus circle, everything else is there, underneath there. So like if I got rid of, let's say just my camera view, it would basically be nothing. Is the preview really taking that long to load? Yeah, that's fair. That you guys don't get ads due to being subbed. Why isn't the preview showing? Hello, preview? You gonna like force me to do dark mode here or something? Oh, there we go. Yep, you see, there's nothing there. That's because everything else inside of the app, including these buttons that bring up other views, live below in the hierarchy. So as long as everything is below, you only really need one navigation stack. New emotes when? Speaking of new emotes, let me check to see. Let me see how that's doing, because I have someone named Smoon that's working on it. CJ definitely knows Smoon. Cat, you might know Smoon. Discord, hello? Discord? How many times do I have to try to open you, Discord? There's Discord. Smoon, 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 Smoon. I have gotten no updates for about a little over a week now on them. I'm gonna message Smoon. I'm going to message Smoon soon. Smoon soon. Yep, Smoon made these. Smoon is amazing. Oh, let me see this. This looks so good. You got a rest in peace one too? Raid, that makes sense. Hype. I got a rest in peace one. I'm getting a rest in peace one through Smoon as well as a couple others. The rest in peace one that we were talking about is animated too. As well as, like, if you know the dog that's sitting there that says, like, everything is fine. I'm trying to make my own version of that. Yeah, Smoon's going to be making them very soon. She's already gotten them partially done. Hello, Pookie. Another cat. It just popped up if you could see the tail. So then we can close out of that because we don't actually need it now. This is going to be palette information. I might need the navigation stack to see the buttons though, because there's going to be buttons in the top view, and the downside to the preview is that everything is isolated, so this screen you're seeing here isn't part of the hierarchy, just because this is the whole hierarchy. Which, you know what? Can I do this? Can I do a navigation stack around the preview so it doesn't actually surround it there? Oh, I can. That solves the issue. For the preview, at least. Learning something new every day. This is a new preview setup, though. They didn't used to have previews like this. They used to be a lot more verbose. Actual colors. Ugh. The actual color is going to be shown here. That. Make sure everything here is good. We do need some more values here. So we're going to do published var palette name. Everything here is subject to change. And we are going to do at published var colors. And this is a custom structure I made called color structure. Then we just need a couple more here. Say original palette. That way we can see if it is finished or edited at all, which is going to be on optional because there may not be an original palette. This is not only going to be used for editing palettes, it's also going to be used for creating new palettes. I'm going to try to double the view up so I don't have to create too many views. This one's going to be a private let. How's it going? Not so bad. How's it going for you? How goes work? Finished work early again today already? That seems really fast. Cannot find... Oh, okay, we're going to switch foundation here to SwiftUI because model context is part of SwiftUI. I stand corrected. It's part of Swift data. Okay. Now it's going to be a little bit mad because we haven't initialized colors. We haven't... I guess we can get away without initializing these two because they're optional, so they'll be nil by default. Just went and clean the cafeteria. And then what? What are you going to do after that? And from here, we're going to say this is the context. All context equals nil. Default that value. Either coming home early or washing the dishes. Is Sayla gonna be there? Because if Sayla's not gonna be there to wash the dishes, that means you have to do them, right? It doesn't work Tuesdays because if you have to... Okay. Cat hairs up my nose because the cats have been harassing me. Bo, there's probably going to be a clip of it. Bo popped up and shoved his face in my face while I was trying to code. It was beautiful. He's cute. So the original palette will be initialized as palette. You didn't use a lot of dishes today, so they could sit until tomorrow, technically. Fair. We're going to do self.context equals context. And then if-let. If-lets are very nice. I love dealing with optionals in Swift. Most languages, they kind of suck, but with Swift, it adds a lot of functionality. But if you want the hours, honestly, fuck the hours. Fuck the hours. Oh, wow. Is autocomplete actually going to help me here? What the hell? Autocomplete almost helped me until it didn't add nil coalescing. If you stay, you'll make like 20 bucks. It's not worth it. Yeah. I mean, not unless you're also getting overtime. Not unless it's going to kick you into overtime. If it's not going to kick you into overtime, I'd rather have you home sooner. Oh, hello, Pookie. We say hello to everybody. We have a Pookie. You're not allowed to get overtime. If you do, you get in trouble, apparently. What the hell? That's annoying. Pookie. Yeah, Pookie's here. Hi. Kisses? Kisses? No? Bo's on my lap. Pookie's distracting me right here. Would you not knock my stuff over? I swear to God, if you start biting that cable. Okay, good. She didn't bite my light cable. That's right. She's opening the window. There you go. Okay. You're jealous you want kitty snuggles? I have all the kitty snuggles. Oh, she opened the window back here too. Dang it. Letting in all the light I don't want. Now the question is, do I want to sort the colors? We're gonna need nil coalescing anyway. But do I want to sort the colors? Cookie's gonna alt for you. I swear to God. I'd be pissed. The reason I'm not sure if I'm gonna sort the colors though is because a future feature that I plan on adding is being able for the user to sort the colors. And if I add sorted colors in now, part of me adding that feature is going to be removing this functionality. Yeah, we'll add sorted colors anyway. For now. So let's create our own custom way. Let's see if that's going to work. Close enough. Twitch decided to censor Pookie. What do you mean by censor it? Where did it censor? I don't see. It may not show me the censoring? Question mark. You replace the word with stars? Oh, I don't see that. That's funny. Should work, shouldn't it? Yep. Okay, cool. When you click on it, it says it was because of your settings. That makes sense. I have my NSFW settings to not censor. I just told it to show me everything. We're also, you know what? Let's not do that. No, I don't know. OG Steamer, good to see you again. Thank you for the lurk. Highly appreciated. Always helps with the viewer numbers. It's just spooky pooky. Could be. Who knows why they decided to censor it. Truly, not a clue. In case you're curious, we're back to just working on the ColorSense application. Right now I'm making a new edit screen. And I've been harassed by cats. That's all you've missed. I could probably create a computed property here that would make it a little bit easier to display different views. Should I? Oh. If I do, I'm not going to do it there. I'm going to do it right here. We're going to say is new palette. We're going to make this a boolean, so true, false. And it's going to be based on original palette does not equal nil. So if it's a new palette, it's going to say true or false here. New palette true, new palette false. If original palette is equal to nil, then it is a new palette. So actually, you know what? I had that backwards. Is equal to nil. So if original palette is equal to nil, then it's a new palette. I can use that computer property to show different types of views, do some conditions there, and then it should automatically update on the main thread as well. In case you're not sure, with iOS development, you have to worry about what thread you run things on. Like you have different threads on a CPU, different types of cores. You have main threads, you have background threads. There's some tasks that are better to run in the background and that Apple recommends and requires that you run in the background. That way they can handle battery life a bit better. But there's certain things like updating UI elements, buttons, changing text. Something that you can see on the screen you don't want to do on a background thread. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to see the update. So you got to keep that in mind whenever you're making these updates in code. So we're going to have this run on the main thread. Okay, so let's hop out of the view model for now. We're gonna add some more functions here, but I don't want to do that until I figure out exactly what I'm gonna need. Oh, we got a big view ahead of us. Pretty major feature. At least bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I'm also gonna have to create a color picker. So I want a nicer way to choose new colors. And thinking about how this view is going to look on the watch, we're going to have to test with that before I push the update. Make sure it runs on the watch. Okay, so we're going to have a text field here with the palette name. The text is going to be hooked into a binding string in the view model of palette name. Lovely, it was actually grabbing that already. And I typically like the font for something like this to be like Title 2, maybe? A little too big. Title 3? Yeah, that looks better. This would bring up a keyboard by default, which you're not going to see because in the preview, it's detecting that I have a keyboard connected, so it hides the keyboard. And then in colors, we're going to do a lovely little for each off of the view model colors here, this color structure here that we defined earlier. Ah, cat hair's going up my nose still. And for now, we'll just throw this into an H stack so it's at least a view that we can test with. I'm going to do color dot description. Why not? Let me see if that does anything here. Yeah, it'd help if I spelled everything right, wouldn't it? Ad break starting in about 3 minutes. We had an ad break before. So can you only do 3 snoozes per stream? You can't do like 3 snoozes per ad break? That's even worse than I thought. Does it not conform to... Let me check my color structure. If I can't do a range... Every streamer who has anything to do with cats kind of makes me always peek over because I always feel mentioned. I've got 3 cats. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can get it to conform to range. Hello? Okay. Swift. Conform to range int. What do we need to be able to do that in Swift UI? In Swift. Just for the lulz, we get to read a little bit of documentation here. So this is sort of what a range is. Clamping, comparing, manipulating. A lot of this is using. What I'm looking for is conformance. Okay. I'm just gonna Google that straight error as well. Just hit this and just see if there's a quick solution I can just grab. It is conforming to identifiable. Identifiable is already ID, UUID. Is it because it's optional? Shouldn't be because it's optional, right? No. Let me make this smaller so I can see both screens here. Oh, that is my wrong window. Grab you. Away. What do people say to that? No, anybody say... That break-ins? Okay. It's still going. Somebody else is saying you can... Well, yeah, maybe specifying the ID. There we go. Apparently you have to specify the ID, it can't just infer the ID, which is interesting. For now, I'm going to have it display text of the hex. Just want to make sure that it's... Oh, there we go. Through like 15 errors above. It was just Swift being ridiculous. Okay, cool. Now, something that's interesting is that if you want the preview to show some specific items, you can also get it to do that. So what I can essentially do is create a color structure and pass it in, because that's what we're a palette is what we're essentially requiring. So we could essentially do something like let's palette equal palette, and it's going to ask for a few different colors. Actually, let me read the structure, because it's going to be a little bit easier if we can actually see exactly what it's requiring. So open up palette. that's what we're passing through. ID. So that's generated. The name can be empty, but we're not going to let it be. We're going to say that... One thing I'm going to do is give it a name. So we're going to say the palette name is House. That's always my go-to here. And then colors. Palette. We will also want to pass in the palette straight here. That should also update the name. There we go. Now we want to pass in color structures, which, just to make it a little bit easier to see, we can do something like this. Or we can kind of separate them. And then now we can look at the color structure and see this generates the ID, default hex is this. That's all we need to pass in to be able to get it. So we're going to pass in a hex. Say hex and pass that in. And we're going to say this first one is going to be red. So FF0000. That should put one color into here. Nice. Now that we see that, we don't really want to show this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show some... We're going to show some circles. But we're going to give it a frame of 64 by 64. So let's go a little bit bigger than that. That way we can at least see the full-on color here. We're going to change this later. This is just so that we can see the preview of what we're expecting. You know what, actually, let's go to something more realistic, like 48. I think that's going to be a little bit more realistic. And because this is a for each, this is going to be repeated multiple times over for every single color that exists inside of the colors. So all we have to do here is add another color structure. Hex, and then we would add in, say, green, FF00, because it's RGB. First two are R, second two are G, and last two are B. And we're going to add one more in before I actually do anything more with this up there. And this is going to be blue. Now we have the frame there. We're going to change the foreground style to be the color that we are dealing with here. So we're going to say color hex from a string of color dot wrapped hex. Now this should actually show the proper colors. There we go. And to the right of this, we're going to add a text of the color name. Color dot hello. There we go. Is it on this where I have the name? Let me look at my color extension that I created a while back. So UI to HSL. Pay attention, 3 people, UMod 4 edition. What are the other 2 people doing? What game are they playing? Nice. Love how that just got caught again. And then Cat comes in with the band hammer. Is it not in here? it's not. Where did I put simple name? I'm just gonna search for it. Simple name. Error feed, calculate colors, calculate UI color. That's what it was. It's under UI kit colors. So this is gonna be a little bit ugly. But you know what? Who cares? UI color, hex, color.wrapped hex. Then we're going to say .simple name. And now we should get the color names too. But yeah, you're playing Pokemon 2 right now. Nice. And one of them's playing Pokemon, the other one's playing Joy of Creation. Nice. Unsurprisingly, I'm the only one that's programming on stream because I'm ridiculous. Why not? The idea just seemed kind of fun. Please let me grab you. Okay, so essentially what this does is it goes through each color, it creates an H stack, which is a horizontal stack, it stacks everything horizontally automatically. We are creating a circle of size 48 by 48, and then making the foreground style the color, essentially, whatever the color is, using the wrapped hex value. And then I'm giving the name here, because I wrote a simple name calculator, essentially, so whatever color it is, it's going to say the name next to it. Doesn't it break the flow state to program on stream? Yes, it does. What version of Pokemon? Yeah, that is going to be interesting. It very much does break the flow state, but not as bad as something off my computer. I don't know, it's a little weird how that works. Okay, so back to what we were saying. Now I have a nice little preview of what's going on here. And that's because I created a palette with a few different custom colors here. You know what? That is something we can also probably add to palette. Let me... Just don't let streaming your progress make it feel like you can't make any progress off stream. Oh yeah, no, that's not gonna be the case. I'm gonna be coding off stream and on stream. There's some coding I can't do on stream, like the API code related code, because that you can't leak that stuff. And you know, when you make content about a project, you get weird about working on the project without videoing it. That's how I am with gaming a little bit, but with coding, I can't be. There's gonna be no way. I can't just always code all of this on stream. But it's fun to stream some of it. Really? Why is that showing up like that then? Where are you? Sometimes it makes you not want to create because you don't have enough spoons to fill for filming and creating. I could see that. Where's this file? Color data persistence. Data persistence? Really? I guess that makes sense. It's just a little strange. This is another file name I forgot to change. Keep finding them. I noticed the name was wrong up here. So this stuff's around from the moment I created the project. Okay. So what I'm going to do is create an example color structure. Or an example palette. So we're going to create a static let. We're going to say this is deep. It's already trying to feed it in here. Beautiful. Colors. Paste this right over here. And then what we can do with that is we can now get rid of it here. We can clean up the code wherever we use that. And instead of passing in palette, we can now pass in palette.defaultPalette. And it's essentially going to be the same thing. Minus the name. Which it's now mad about, probably because there's no name. So we're going to say house. Are you less mad now? There we go. It's working. Oh, you do competitive Pokemon, but right now it's just shiny hunting. Fair. Now the reason I want to do this is because there's going to be plenty of places where I need this, basically. So let me find a few nice colors. I'm going to look up some nice hex codes. Which one of these color palettes should I use? Yeah, I'll use this one, why not? So for the first color, we're going to give you this. Second color is going to be this guy. Third color, we're going to want to add in 2 more. And for the fourth one, we're going to paste this guy in here. Fifth one, right there. Ooh, don't open that. Oh no. My keyboard's acting up. I'm not the right click. Keyboard commands stop working. That's the downside of my setup, is that sometimes keyboard commands stop working. Okay, what are you mad about? I didn't close off my... I deleted that, probably. Now let's see how the preview looks as soon as this updates. Hello. There we go. Instead of simple name, maybe we'll change it to the exact name. That way we get some variation in the... Wait, did I add that color in twice? I did add that color in twice. 2, 3... Oh, there's only 4 colors in here. That would explain that. Let's see. One exception to that. You're not in the Kanto guy. Fun fact, Kanto is... Come on, off that. Is a real region in Japan. That's interesting. Ugh, it's getting a little chilly in here. It's the temperature. Okay, there we go. Heat was off. You still here, Millie? You are? Just curious. Color palettes. I'm surprised you didn't reveal that you're not a Pokemon person. I used to play Pokemon. I just haven't in a very long time. Used to play Pokemon, but you haven't for a while now, yeah. Nintendo's actions on everything, including game development, like you're saying, has been nuts. They're just them attacking so many different artists with their fan art. Pure insanity to me. So we don't really need to see that for now. I am going to save my code real quick though. soon as I update my brew instance. I just want to make sure that I catch my updates here. So I added default palette static variable constant. What did I do in extensions? Nintendo's just jealous that Power made a better game than they ever did. Yeah, that's true. This, we are not going to submit that for now. So that's not an update. Paletless view, what did I do here? I fixed text on palette list view. I think that's the only thing I did here. Yeah. Created palette edit view. Created palette edit view model. You can also say that objectively because I never played Pow World. Renamed old files, fixing typos. What did I do here? I also fixed the text there. Fixed text on the color list view, and that looks like everything that I've done. So we're gonna hop back into here because this should be done updating. Hop into here, git add all, git status just to get a look to make sure it's got everything correctly. Yeah. And then we're gonna commit this. And then we're gonna push it. Beautiful. Code has been officially pushed to my GitHub. That's another thing I should probably add to Nightbot is a link to my GitHub. Because I added a ColorSense link to this application on the App Store. So if I do that, now it pops up with the App Store link. There's a few things I should add for programming streams too. Now to get back to the actual view creation. Man, it's so cold in here. Cannot believe how big of a difference turning off the heat for a little bit did. It was too hot earlier, now it's too cold. Where are your heat gloves? They are currently dead, unfortunately. I haven't been able to charge them. My USB-C cable is missing. Did I create the edit mode yet? I could just do this to check. I don't have to go through all my notes. Good enough. Get more cats to sit on your lap. Very efficient heating solution when you're cold. True. I only have one cat on my lap right now. Such a good buddy. I need to get a cat cam. Just camera straight down here to show him. Thank you, Anna. There's going to be a few more variables here we're going to need. So we're going to be also showing a color picker. So we're going to want to be able to showing color picker false for showing hex inputs false. What else do we need here? We are going to need to be able to show if it's an invalid hex code. So showing invalid hex alert equals false. Oh, explicitly type that. Equals false. You don't really have to, but it is nice to look at. I'm going to move this guy. This is going down here. We're also going to need private var. No, not another alert. This is just going to be a simple little hex color input string, and it starts off empty. Cat cam's a great idea, except when the cat isn't there, it's just a camera pointing at your lap. Yeah, that is that's true. Not good to see you, Grace. How are you doing? That would be pretty messed up. I would just have to disable it for whenever my cat's not here. He's being so snuggly though. Isn't that right, buddy? Some people will like that. I don't know. No, I don't know about that. You doing good? Just playing some Animal Crossing? Yeah, how's that going? It's a game I've never played, but Niles has. I'm running low on coffee. I have a refill downstairs, but I don't want to disturb the bow. Get rid of these and do a nice little fix there. Haven't played in a while, you're just getting back into it? Oh, there you go. If edit mode is... No! Did I name it wrong? Edit mode. It's there. It was just autocomplete being dumb. Ad break in 3 minutes? Are you joking? So if we have an edit mode, we're going to want to show an image. Probably going to use some SF symbols too. What SF symbol should we do? How about one of the lines? Probably makes sense to use this one. And we will want this to be gray. Oh no, I'm losing the chat. Go away. Can't see the chat like that. Talking about Animal Crossing. So we're going to say foreground style is going to be gray. Oh, that's a problem. Missing the R. That doesn't help. I've heard Button Isles talk about Pocket Camp in the past. Fill it with the color. Hex. Wrap text. Hex. I'll give it a frame. So 48 might have been a little too big. Let's say 40, see if how that'll look. V cannot be... What do you mean V? V? Did I make a typo somewhere? Okay, so it is the rounded rectangle issue. Is it this? You? Oh, whoops. Corner size is supposed to be corner radius. Nice. Let's create a V stack here, so everything's going to be stacked vertically. Maybe give it an alignment. One of the reasons I created that, though, is that now that I am making changes to how it looks, I'm getting a constant update on what a palette is going to look like as far as the list of colors. That's one good reason for creating those kind of default values you can add. So we're going to say that this is going to be leading, because this is going to have the text information. So text. We're going to need to do a UI color as we saw before, because we want to be able to have the naming, preferably the exact name. And then this, we're going to show the wrap text. Check it snaps. Why are you stopped? Oh, it's because ads hit. We're going to change the fonts here, though. But what font do we choose? Headline? Headline looks okay. And for this one, why don't we try caption? Because this is kind of the smaller one of the bunch. Bring up the size a bit so we can actually see it properly. Do we want this really to be... What if we did something like an H stack surrounding this? I kind of like that better because you can actually see it properly. I don't know how I feel about the spacer. Where did it all go? Hello? There we go. I think that's looking a little bit better. Minus the fact that my preview is not updating properly. The preview is showing a little broken. Maybe if I do this. Okay. There we go. Now we actually have a proper preview working again. We just have to minimize and maximize again, because that just makes perfect sense and is lovely. Probably surround even this, because that would make more sense, I think. Fix the lining on this. We have the spacing there. A little bit easier to see. See for New Horizons. Yeah, I hate when games have so many microtransactions like that. That's pretty horrendous. And for each of these, maybe we can add a context menu, which just takes a... So in case you're curious, a context menu essentially is whenever you click and hold something, it shows a menu of options. And we're going to add some stuff here, like destructive buttons. We're going to create this. Give me a second. This is going to throw some errors for now until we actually make it. I'm going to tell... Dang it. Can't type. Oh, hey. That's exactly what I was going to do. I'm surprised that it's not throwing an error for this. That makes sense. This is kind of the problem with Xcode that I've run into, is that sometimes you get error messages, but it doesn't tell you exactly what's wrong here. So like this, remove color doesn't exist. This function doesn't exist yet within my view model. But if I try to call it, it's not going to tell me, hey, that function doesn't exist. It's going to say, something's wrong. I only know that because I already anticipated there being an error here since I never actually made the function. So the preview is just not going to work. Yeah, there we go. There's the error. Cannot preview this file, timed out after trying to build the chunk after 30 seconds. It took 30 seconds for it to say something's wrong, but we don't know what. But when in all actuality here, it's because we don't have the function. We don't have remove color here yet, but might as well just create that now. It's going to accept a color of type color. There we go. And that should honestly be enough for this to stop being mad. We can tell, can't find color. It's because I'm using Foundation and not SwiftUI. Stop erroring. When the preview starts to move and it allows you to interact with it, it means it's fixed and the preview's working. Right now I'm trying to click and drag as if I'm trying to scroll through this page. Color. Oh, you know what? That would actually make sense. Man, it's running slow today. Just trying to get a dang preview to work. If I hide this one, is the preview? There we go. Now the preview's finally gonna work. Yeah, this stuff doesn't run very fast sometimes. And we're also gonna want to add an option to be able to copy the hex codes. So we're gonna do UI pasteboard general string and set that equal to wrapped. There, set the label to something that's going to make sense. Ooh. We're going to say this is another label. This is copy hex system image. And I don't know. What would make sense? Oh, Bo, what are you doing? This is the official kitty cam. He's a void. He is literally just a void. He's a cute little void. Hey, buddy. Yeah, you're such a cutie, huh? He's so precious. He's also the softest cat I think I've ever felt. It's been a minute since I have posted this too, but if you have an iPhone, iPad, or watch, feel free to download this app. I have it on the App Store. It is there at the link. Your green screen filter does silly things when you bring them to the camera, really? Here. Let's do this. There we go. Come here, void. don't leave. It's okay. I gotcha. He's a cutie. Aren't they? I agree. Look at him. He's been such a good coding cat. A nice coding pal. Yeah. He's so happy. Give him all the scritches. He's getting them all. He slept in the bed all night. He's sleeping on my lap all morning. Why are you so good? Well, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run out and try to get a refill of this. And I'm gonna see if I can keep him here and happy. Because he's happy right now. Which is a great time to take 2 seconds to fill up the drink. So I will be right back while I do that. I'm back. As soon as I get this cable done. Bo has for now left, but I'm sure he'll be back. So let me fix my video camera now. Switch back to here. Remove the background. Perfect. See ya. Good to see you, Millie. Hope to see you again soon. Now where were we? We were deciding on what symbol to show. Which, if I remember correctly, the dock on dock is used quite often for this. So we're going to paste that right in here. And now that should show delete and copy hex. Yeah, just like that. Nice. Love when Apple makes it nice and easy like that. I'm going to also use this for a list. Let me see my palette list. Palette detail. This is what I'm showing now, basically. Except I can swap this out. Instead of showing this, we can say dot default palette. Now that we've actually created this. There we go. So this is the old one. This is basically just links to each of the colors. So if you select this, you can also delete by swiping. Which I might add back that functionality. I do also need to make that so you can go to the different colors as well. There we go, palette edits. Go to the for each. We're going to say on. Wait, what? What was it? It is on delete. Okay, so why are we not showing up under the for each? There we go. On delete, perform. Remove color. Which it might throw an error because it's not an indice. I'm kind of hoping it's just going to work for now, so I can still keep my preview while I do this. Maybe. Maybe not. That might have just broken the preview. This should fix it. It needs an index set. So that'll fix that one. But then that's going to throw an issue with my context menu here. We're just going to hide that for now. We'll fix that later. Is it still not going to work? Or is it just taking 10 years to load? We may never know. Alright, we will add deleting back at some point soon. I did do that right? At offsets. Yeah. There we go. It is just running slow. If I do this, do we keep the preview? We do. There we go. It's just going to break if I do this one, because this one doesn't... This one's expecting a color, so we can't have the two varying parameters here. But then we can actually just like swipe to delete, which is natural iOS. I'm going to fix it here though later. Unfortunately though, I did lose a bow. Here's a function I've never used. I want to see if this works. I found this online, which would be beautiful. Funk move colors. Question is, what does it need? From source index set to definite destination. We can give it a new direction. Add offsets. Oh, that was an accident. Let's change this back to offsets. Index set. And this should stop erroring. And we're going to move from source to destination. There we go. So now we can actually drag it around, move it around, which is obviously going to not work for the preview, but that will work in the actual application. And if I want to fix the other one, you know what? I could just simply do color structure and have two different delete functions for now. Ad break starts in 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Well, lovely. Yeah, let's just do this. If we want to make this also work, we do have to do an if let. Is that correct? Bring up some Apple documentation. on move. Hey, what's up? I had thoughts. How was work? Just fine. Love you too. Yeah, no, I didn't think that was gonna work. It suggested something terrible. Let's just redo this. First index is the last thing I got right. We're gonna do where the ID is equal to the color ID. That way it returns back one singular one, and then remove color at index. Thanks for the follow, Jessor. How are you? What are you up to? Up to anything fun? I'm just adding some new features to my iOS application, including a new screen for editing the color palettes, so that we can actually update the name of the color palette, positioning of the colors, and I'm also going to be adding a nice color picker to it. Now this should work. Maybe. I did that correctly, right? Color structure. My computer has been running very slow. This could be a string. What is that command supposed to do? So it looks like you guys should be able to see me again. Hey Jester, what's that keyboard command usually do? Does it say what kind of keyboard I have? 'Cause it doesn't look like I have it set up at the moment. If that's what it's supposed to do. So if that's what it's supposed to do, give me 1 second. Just gonna do a quick little keyboard command. Grab my link. And I'm gonna paste it in here. Where is WABKey? There we go. Pro white. Copy that. Gotta use a link shortener. Nightbot. There we go. Hey Jester, I just created that command as one of the custom commands. So now if you do keyboard, pops right up with my little keyboard that I use. It's a nice Rainy 75 by WABKey. I love how it sounds and feels. Close out of here. Help if I actually put capitals where they need to go. Okay, next dot. Replacing occurrences of that with nothing so that we can get rid of the symbol. I'm going to do new color, set it equal to color structure. I'm not going to fill in the ID. I'm going to let that auto-generate. I don't know why it wants me to put that in there. The auto-fill typically doesn't work very well. Clean hex there. And then colors.append new color. That should work for now. We're going to have to save our context though, which I have not done yet, so. I'll worry about that soon. The save palette is going to need a few things to make sure that we actually have a proper context and it's not nil. So we're going to check for we're going to do a quick little guard nil check essentially. So guard let context. Beautiful. Maybe some nil co-asking, so get the original model context from the original palette if it exists. Palette. We're going to make sure that original palette is a thing. And then here we're going to update the existing palette. Remove all the existing colors. Add new colors. We are going to do an else here. Because this might be a new palette. So create new palette. And then there, we're actually going to save our context. So we're going to do a do catch just in case it fails. So we're going to do try context dot save. catch here, and just for now we'll print error saving palette. And then throw out the error, which this is not how it's going to be in production. There we go. Error dot localize description. Oh, that would explain that issue. How did I manage to spell it like that? That was horrendous. Pretty amazing that I managed that one. We are going to need one in case I want to delete the palette from here. So delete palette. Need to make sure that we have a palette that exists. If one doesn't exist, then it doesn't make sense to be able to delete. You know what? We do also need to make sure, because we have to change with the save context here, so we might as well make sure the context exists. Model context is not equal nil. Maybe we should actually create one. It might make more sense to create it. Okay, so then in here, because this is Swift data, it works very similar to core data if you've ever worked with that. You should just be able to do context.delete. And then the model is going to be our palette. Then we're going to do another save. So do catch, which for now, again, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to say error saving model context and feed it an error dot localize description. And we're going to do a try context dot save. Yep. Interesting it says that, because I don't have... Zen Browser doesn't exist on mobile. Okay, so now let's actually add some of this functionality up here. So in Save Palette, we're going to update the existing palette. So palette dot name equals palette name. Get rid of the comments as we go. Don't want to leave them there because it just kind of like hanging, disgusting looking comments don't really need to be done. We're going to want to remove each of the colors. So we're going to say palette.colors for each color in. And then we're going to say context.delete color. optional type. And then add new colors. It's very similar. Simple as that. Now creating a new palette. Let new palette equals palette. We don't. Interesting. I thought it was going to fill out that whole thing. We do want to fill out the name. Say palette name. Colors is going to be colors. And then we're going to insert that. Okay. Make this, see if we can make this look a little bit nicer. No, it's not that long of a line actually, it's just that my window's a little small. Cool. There's one more thing I want to do here. I'm gonna hop on my Nightbot again. See if I can change some Nightbot settings. Nightbot. There you go. I just had it set up so now every half an hour or so it should automatically link my application. So context menu, what else needs to be done here? Delete on move. Still in the for each. So the section. I think maybe we could add a button here for showing color picker. Set that equal to true, which we don't have the color picker view yet. I'm gonna have to create that. This is going to be basically an H stack. Image. System name as usual. We're gonna use SF symbols, so let's figure out which ones we want to use. Is there like a, let's see, anything with a plus? Unsure if I want to use the fill or the not fill. We'll see. But basically here we're going to be able to add new colors right at the bottom. Oh, dang. Thanks for that. Very nice. Is the YouTube stream still going? Looks like it is. Perfect. I have to do some keyword stuff with the YouTube channel. Haven't placed it up. See if I can add this guy here. So if it's a new palette, we're going to want a... Did it just... Okay, that's weird. I thought I saw it do something weird. Roll, this is going to be destructive. Destructive basically just makes the label look red. Text. Wait, is it showing up as true for new? I guess it would be, wouldn't it? Okay. For the preview is going to show and act like this is a new palette, basically. It was already showing red. I guess it's because it's destructive. Can I do dot center? And then just not have the spacers? Hello? No. That does not work. You basically need the spacers in an H stack to be able to center this properly, even if you have the alignment set to center. Kind of annoying. No, my preview's broken. Nice. Navigation title is going to be. Well, it needs to. We have to do a ternary operator. Would make sense here. So a ternary operator is basically you give it a condition that could be true or false, and then you give it the true answer and then the false answer, so that it knows which one to display based off that condition. Which the condition is going to be if it's a new palette. Is new palette. So we add the question mark here. We can change the title conditionally now. So the title for if it's true is going to be create palette. You're not paying too much attention, fair. It is coding. And if not, you're editing a palette if it's not new. That is not how you spell palette. God damn it. And that way, the navigation title automatically moves up here whenever you scroll down, depending on if you have enough colors. But it is kind of strange for this to be a text field if you're not in edit. If you're not in edit, then you don't really need a text field there. Let me hide this for a second. You just add the YouTube command because I know you wanted that command. Yeah, it's fair. Thanks for that. Let me see how this would look if it was just text saying the palette name. It would help if I didn't add quotes around it and just make it a straight up string. House. That is basically what I'm thinking. We'll use the same font. Title 3. Oh, dot title 3. Works as an alias for YouTube. Nice. So both of these can exist. And if edit mode is equal to another ad break in 2 minutes and 56 seconds, active, then this will show. Else, there. So if it's in edit mode, this is a text field. Hello? Why is it doing that? Just notice how have we never added the one for the... We never added a Discord command? Are you sure? What the hell? Well, that's not good. That's hilarious that we didn't add one for that. Just give you a message. I don't have the link right now, because I have to open up a couple things for that. But this is basically the text before the link that I was thinking. So if this is a new palette, we want this to be edit. But edit mode should be active regardless. So we'll fix that condition later. While the ad break hits, I think I'm going to check out my developer options here. Nice. That's awesome. I even love that there's an alias. I'm going to check out my developer account and see if there's any new updates on the trends. Nightbot's ignoring you. I've received 1 rating of 5 stars. Beautiful. As far as trends, 71 people have downloaded. 7 in Germany now. Hey, up from 5 yesterday. 20 for United States. Okay. Minimize that. That's hurting my eyes. It's so bright. Let's add some toolbar. Let's add some toolbar buttons. Toolbar item. We'll do placement. What button should we do first? What? Use top bar trailing? That's new. They must have recently deprecated that, because last time I used it, that wasn't a thing. That's new. So top bar trailing. It's going to be button. We're going to add a label. Label's going to be save. It's going to activate view model save, and then we're going to dismiss. If, you know what, and we should probably disable it if there's no name. So if the palette name is empty, it's disabled. You don't want people to be able to save an empty name. That'd be pretty bad. Discord should, but you don't know why it doesn't want to do it. That is strange, because it's one command and then one set to alias for DC, right? That's strange that it's not just working for one. So we're gonna add another toolbar item. Placement of this one is going to be, what are we doing next? Same thing, top bar trailing. Ugh, so cold. Then just simply add a button. And maybe another toolbar item. This is probably going to be leading. It's going to be a menu. Is this going to work? Oh, we should probably add a label to make that so it shows, right? If you don't add a label, it's probably a problem. Which means just surrounded an image with an image. That makes perfect sense. SF symbols, though. Oh, it's just straight up called plus. My preview's doesn't want to show me. Why isn't my preview working now? Is it because I have nothing in here? So I didn't think I needed to have something in there for it to actually load. Let's see if that's the issue. So this will be color picker. It didn't work for you either, Grace. That's odd. I don't know about that. The autofill, there's one called eyedropper that is good. Now, button I know can be empty. Oh, that is a problem. That is the problem. I had a typo. You wanted to see if it would magically work for me? Love how that makes sense. I had a typo in my placement. And because, you know, it doesn't say, hey, you have a typo. It just says, there's some kind of problem. We don't know what it is. Love Xcode. Love when Xcode does that. So this is going to show the hex input. We'll add another button because this is our menu. Add a label. And this is going to be for the color picker. What did that just say? Oh wait, I already did the color picker. I'm mixing the two buttons together. Add from hex. This should not be this. Yeah, at least that one works. Is there a number symbol in here? There is. Nice, nice, nice. That's what I'm going to use for here. And for this one, we're going to do the same thing we just did. It's going to be eyedropper. And this is going to be showing color picker. That's going to set this one equal to true. Okay, let's see if this is deprecated, if this still works. That still works. Cool. And then we do want to start showing sheets. This is going to be showing color picker. And we're going to create a color picker view. Now we're going to use that other function we created earlier. We don't have the color picker view yet, so it's going to throw an error for that. That's fine though. Hello? There we go. Alert. Add color from hex. Whether it's presented or not is going to be based on... Yes. Showing hex input. Show an example of it. Hex color input. The auto capitalization. Is it deprecated? Text input auto capitalization equals we'll say never. We don't want it to auto capitalize everything. And we'll disable auto. Wait, was that? Hold on. Okay, autocorrection disabled is not deprecated, so that's still the way to do it. Always nice to add a little cancel button just in case they got there by accident. And then we'll reset color input to nothing. We'll add an add button. This will be the actual saving button that adds the color. But we have to do some validation, which is going to use this function right here. So this is if is valid. Wait, what? Hex color. Oh, there we go. Wasn't showing properly. Let's say if it is, we are going to add the hex color input to there, and then reset the input to nothing. And if that is not a valid hex code, we're going to do showing hex invalid hex alert. Set that equal to true. And then reset hex color input, because we don't want that to linger. And we need to add that alert too. That way it shows there. So same thing. Just invalid hex color is presented. It's going to be based on showing invalid hex. Perfect. Autofill actually worked this time. Button though is going to say okay. The role is going to be cancel because it doesn't need to do anything. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should not reset the color here. That could run into a little bit of a race condition and not do anything. So I'll add it into here. So the cancel button is going to run this. I think that makes more sense. Can I add a message right here? Is this gonna work? Or are we gonna get some errors? This is how you add messages. It's been a minute since I've had to do this. So this should... Oh, I guess I can't do the preview. Oh, that's right. The color picker is not created. It's not going to show me any preview until I create it. So we're going to say color picker view, which should be enough to get this working. Doesn't actually have to do anything. At least not yet. It will soon. Oh, man, and there's even a typo in there? And Xcode never showed me any of those errors. You just have to know that. Did I have another typo somewhere? Why is it taking so long to show me a preview? You know, I'm gonna do a clean build and then rerun the preview. Might have got stuck. What's the warning it's giving? Update to recommended settings? No, don't touch that yet. isn't this loading up? You know what? Thinking about it, we do pass in this and we're expecting a response. So if it's not there, it might actually be erroring. Which means we gotta create it a little bit further to get it to even preview on that screen. Okay, so we're gonna want to create a state private var and have it be the selected color. Default to the blue, why not? Private var selected tab. 0, we're gonna need some tabs later, and for what else? This is a modal. So we're gonna need a dismiss. A way to dismiss programmatically. And then here's what the other view was trying to call it before, which this might fix it. On color selected. This is going to be color. It's going to return void. Ew, it doesn't help if I have a slash there, though. Yeah. Hide its preview for a second while I check this. Yeah, looks like we're getting it. Previous year, perfect. Now we can test it. Add color from hex. We're gonna say an invalid hex. Add should pop up invalid hex code. And add like that. White. Nice. It's beautiful. Works. No, we don't have this. On color selected. Should fix the preview here. We're just passing in an empty little closure here. Just like before, navigation stack, we're going to surround here. Since we don't really need to add one to the actual view. And it's basically just going to be a VStack at first. And this is why we need to have the selected tab. Wait, what? Color wheel view. Slider view. What else do we need? I'm gonna have to create those. So this is gonna be mad for now. That's to be expected. These don't exist yet. Tag's gonna be 0. I'm gonna also want a slider. So slider view, the tag is going to be 1. Maybe some preset colors. Tag 2. I'm gonna change the style, because you can actually change the style pretty simply. Tab view style, I believe. Then page tab view style, nice. Change the index view style to page index view style. We'll say background display mode. This is going to be always. We can add a simple divider. Ugh. Add a simple divider. And then we're going to add the color preview section, which doesn't exist yet either. And just because I think we're going to need it. Navigation title. Say this is color picker. Navigation bar, we'll want this to be inline. Add a toolbar to it. Toolbar item. Say this is going to be top bar trailing. This is going to be a select button. This will dismiss it. Oh, you can actually select the color whenever you're done. Another one too for a simple little dismiss. Beautiful. I did not have to type it. It knew I was going to do dismiss. Got an ad break starting in about 3 minutes. Let's actually start creating some of this stuff. It's not gonna work, right? No. Yeah, can't find it. That doesn't exist. Didn't think there was one built in. So this could be the color wheel. Dot headline. Headline should probably look good there. Can I pick a view? Select the color. And we'll say this is binded to selected color. Hide the label. Push it all over. Add some padding. Should get rid of the error for this guy. Yep. We need the slider view next. Stick with a VStack for now. We'll see. We'll adjust things if we need to. But it's probably going to want to be centered. We'll have to create this. because this one doesn't exist. But it's essentially going to be this. And we're going to bind it to selected color. And then with the same thing, we are going to say spacer, push it all over to the side, add padding to here. For now, though, I'm going to hide this so we can get rid of the error. Create the preset colors view. Var. Nice. Sense headline. H stack. I'm not thrilled with the idea of the H stack right there. So let's get rid of that much. Instead, we should probably do a scroll view. Lazy H grid. Lazy V grid. You know what? Lazy V grid. Some grid items. I have to look up how to do this one because it's been a minute. But I do know you do have to do adaptive so that you can fix that. I think 60. Maximum. Do we have to specify a max? I don't think we do. Spacing. 15. Pretty standard. Did something wrong here. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Just missed a parenthesis. You can use itself so it can iterate on itself. So corner radius of 12. Let's create the preset colors real quick. This will be simple to expand upon. It's already helping. Do tab view style. Let's add a few more here. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, indigo. We'll do pink, gray, black, white. You can add some custom ones. Maybe bring up some colors that I can grab. Let's see. Beautiful. Let's bring this down to the next line. Pick up some nice color palettes. There we go. Probably add 3 more after this. Just copying and pasting straight out of some nice palettes I found. You know what, I can just do this. Save some time. Get one more color. Oh no, I don't want to build it. That should work with this. This one we're gonna fill with color. Frame, how big do we want this? 60? Start with 60. Rounded rectangle on top of a rounded rectangle, because why not? Corner radius 12. Maybe 20%. One with 1 for now. And then of course, we'll add an on-tap gesture. And select a color equals color. We set it equal to whatever they tapped on. Just like the other, we'll add padding right here. Stop doing that. And if you don't mind, I'll be right back. Okay, so it's getting close to time that we're have to hop off. I think I'm just gonna hop off for now and call it good. But I'm gonna find somebody to raid into because I always forget to do that. So let's see. Find somebody else in the same category here, despite the fact that they're probably not doing iOS development. See you, CJ. Good to see everybody here. Good to see you, CJ. Good to see you, everybody. Kat, hopefully you're here still. Who do we have that is in this category? Software and game development. Find somebody here that well, we probably know nobody here. Testing. Unreal Engine. Most of this is going to be game. Oh, hey, I found myself by accident. It's hilarious. Make sure it's English. Since I know nobody here, I'm just gonna pick one out of random then. We'll say we're gonna raid into this guy. Is that gonna work? No? Okay, I'm gonna hop into this page and maybe do it. Filter it by tag of English. Okay, we're gonna raid into this guy. Good to see you guys, though.